everyone, so today's video is going to be my April TBR. Now today I'm not really feeling well. I didn't sleep very well because of my pain, and I am currently still in a lot of pain, and because of that I will be filming this video as fast as I can. So I'm sorry if I rush through these books, and I'm sorry if I rush through this video, but yeah, I still need to film another video after this, and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough energy to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna film these videos as fast as I can. So yeah, like I already said, today's video will be my April TBR. Now in April, I am planning to participate in the Disability Readathon. I will put the information for that readathon in the description, if I remember that is. But yeah, the Disability Readathon is basically just reading all about disability, and again, if you want to know more about it and how it works, you can look in my description box to see the creators' videos about it and where they explain how it works. So a lot of these books I will be mentioning in this video are going to be for the Disability Readathon. I'm not going to mention for which prompts I'm going to use them, just because I'm not sure if I am going to read these books for the Disability Readathon. So yeah, I'm just going to be mentioning a lot of books with disability representation in this video, and I will be saying what books have what kind of disability representation and stuff like that. So yeah, let's just get into this video, because again, I'm not feeling well. So the first two books I will be potentially reading for the Disability Readathon are Pet and Bitter. Now, Pet is a book that I've already read before. I read it a couple months ago and I really enjoyed it, and Bitter just came out, and I actually managed to find a copy of it for relatively cheap, which is very weird for me. Usually I don't find new releases that fast when they are really cheap, but I managed to find a copy, so I am really excited to read this. I actually don't really know if they have disability representation, but I am pretty sure that the author themselves is disabled. I might be wrong on that, but they mentioned this author quite a lot on the Disability Readathon website as an author that you can read books from if you need recommendations. So I'm assuming that the author is disabled. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading more books by this author, because I really enjoyed Pet, and I know that people enjoy their books a lot. So yeah, I'm really excited to reread Pet and then read Bitter for the first time. I'm really excited for that. I am gonna put these books down now, because like I said, I am in a lot of pain, and holding up two books at the same time is kind of difficult. So yeah, I can't wait to read these. Then with the next book, I'm once again not really sure whether it actually has disability representation in the book, but again, I am pretty sure the author themselves is disabled. I think they're hard of hearing. I remember seeing a couple tweets about it, I think. And once again, this author is, I think, on the Disability Readathon website, and I haven't read this book even though I started reading it. So I want to finish it, or try to finish it in April at least, and that book is Cemetery Boys. Now this book is very popular, obviously, it's very well known, and yeah, like I said, I don't know if it actually has disability representation, but again, I am pretty sure that the author is hard of hearing. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure I heard them mention on Twitter about getting hearing aids. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the author is disabled, and that's why they're on the Disability Readathon website. So yeah, like I said, I did start reading this book in the beginning of the year, but then my mental health got too bad, and I just stopped reading it because I stopped reading in general. So yeah, now that my mental health is slightly better, not much, but it's better in the sense that I can read again. So yeah, I am excited to finish this book. I think I am gonna restart it and read what I've read before again. I don't like doing that, but I feel like this book is so well loved that I feel like I have to properly read it, and not read from the point where I stopped and forgot everything that came before it. I feel like that won't be fair. So yeah, I am really excited to read this book, and I hope I really enjoy it, because again, a lot of people really like it. So yeah. Then the next book that I really want to read is once again a book that I want to read for the Disability Readathon. Like I already said, this video is mainly just going to be books for the Disability Readathon. So yeah, the next book that I want to read for Disability Readathon is an audiobook. I haven't been reading a lot of audiobooks because I just haven't been in the mood for it. Because I haven't been like reading that much, I am now, like I said, getting back into it. Like March, as I'm filming this, is a pretty good reading month for me. So I am getting back into it. So hopefully I'll be able to read an audiobook in April. And that audiobook will hopefully be Sick, a memoir. I found this on the app that I use for audiobooks, and I thought that's a great book for the Disability Readathon. I don't really know what it's about, other than it's a memoir about being sick, I presume. So yeah, I am really looking forward to it. I think it will hit me a bit hard, because unlike all of the other books that I want to read in April, I feel like this one is, again, because it's a memoir, it will probably hit like closer to home. So yeah, it will probably be difficult to get through, but I hope I do end up reading it, or again, listening to it, because it's an audiobook. But yeah, I hope I enjoy it. Then the next book that I want to read in April is a book that was gifted to me for my birthday, and I'm really excited to read this book because I've heard many great things about it, and it seems like a very interesting subject. And that book is Disfigured. Now, this is all about like disability and fairy tales, I'm pretty sure, like how disability is represented in fairy tales, and how oftentimes the villains in fairy tales will have disabilities. One of the like immediate examples I can think of is like Captain Hook. Like he literally has like a hook instead of a hand. Like that's a very obvious one, I feel like. And I think that the whole like discussion surrounding like disability and the way that it's represented in media, not just fairy tales, but also like TV shows, how oftentimes the villains or like bad guys in TV shows will have like a disability or a disfigurement. And I think that's a really interesting subject, and so I really want to read this book, because I think, again, this is specifically about like fairy tales and disability, and again, the way that disability is represented in fairy tales. So yeah, I am really excited to read this book. I can't wait to like learn more about this subject, and I really hope that I can read it in April. So yeah, thank you to the person who sent me this book, because I am really excited to have it. So yeah, I can't wait to read it in April. Then the next book that I want to read in April is once again an audiobook. I am going to try and read 2 audiobooks in April. It seems like a lot to me, maybe not to you guys, but to me it seems like a lot. But I do want to give it a try, and hopefully I will be able to do it. Considering that the first audiobook that I mentioned is relatively short, it's only about 5 or 6 hours. Like if I speed that up, it will only be like 3 hours, so it should be relatively doable for me to read 2 audiobooks. Hopefully I'm gonna give it a try. But the second audiobook that I want to try reading, or again listening to in April, is gonna be All's Well. Now this book is by, I think, the same author as Bunny, which that book is very popular, or at least I think it's very popular. I've heard very specific YouTubers talk about that book a lot. I think if you watch other YouTubers other than me, I think you know who I mean, because she's very popular. But yeah, she really loves Bunny, and you know, seems to really love the writings. So when I found out that the author has a book with disability representation, I was like, okay, I'm gonna read that book first, I guess, because I do own Bunny, like it's on my shelf, but I haven't read it yet, and I feel like I want to read All's Well first, just because like I want to read about disability first, and I'm kind of scared to read Bunny in case I don't like it, because I do think so highly of it. So yeah, I don't really know much about this book, other than I'm pretty sure it has to do with like theater or like Shakespeare or something like that. So yeah, it seems very interesting. I hope I like it. So yeah, let's move on to the last couple books that I want to read in April, which it's great that I'm done with this video almost, because again, I'm not feeling well. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing that, but yeah. So then the last couple books I want to read in April, or one of them is going to be a reread, are books that I'm sure you guys are sick of me talking about. But obviously it's a disability readathon, so obviously I'm gonna want to reread one of my favorite books with disability representation, and then read the newest book by that author that I haven't read yet. And those books are A Kind of Spark and Like a Charm. Those titles were very difficult to say for some reason because I kept switching them up. But yeah, I already read A Kind of Spark. If you've watched my channel for just a little bit, you know that I really like A Kind of Spark. It's a book with autism representation, which as an autistic person myself, I really want to read books with good autism representation, and A Kind of Spark is one of those books. So I really want to reread that. I own a second copy of it that's like a special copy. The colors are different and stuff like that. And I want to annotate that one as well. I already annotated my other copy of it, but I want to annotate this one as well as I read it for the second time. And then obviously, this is the author's newest book. This has dyspraxia representation, which I made a video a couple months ago, I think at this point, about the fact that there's basically like no dyspraxia representation in books. And so I'm very happy when this book was announced, because obviously as someone who is dyspraxic, I really want to read books with dyspraxia representation and with like dyspraxic characters as like the main characters. So I am really excited to read this book. I hope I really enjoy it. People who seem to enjoy her other books seem to really like this one as well, so hopefully I will like it as well. So yeah, let me put these books down now, because again, I'm in a lot of pain and I want to wrap up this video because I need to film another video after this. So yeah, let's wrap up this video. So I hope that despite the fact that I filmed this video very fast, you guys still enjoyed watching it. I don't actually know how fast I filmed it, but it seems very fast. So yeah, I hope you guys still enjoyed it regardless. I'm sorry if me mentioning my pain was a bit annoying, but I feel like, you know, I can mention it whenever I want, because like it's my YouTube channel. Like if I want to mention my pain every single 10 seconds, I feel like I'm allowed to do that. I know it can get a bit annoying, but yeah, it's an important part of my life that like I'm in pain a lot, and to not mention it would feel like I'm lying to everyone about the fact that I'm not in pain like I am. And I want to be honest about that. So yeah, I'm sorry if I seem a bit like less energetic than usual, or I'm not moving my arms as much. That's because I'm in pain. So yeah, I hope that despite all of that, you still enjoyed this video. Maybe you even got some like book recommendations for books with like disability representation. If you did, that's really good. Obviously, put some like books with disability representation that you really enjoy in the comments, I guess. Do try to make sure that it's good disability representation and not like bad. Like, I don't want to read books with bad disability representation. But again, I am going to stop this video here. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting my channel, and bye.